interactive show where we talk to industry professionals who act down. Thank you,
Yes.
Tiffany. I have my amazing, wonderful co-host, Miss Tiffany
Hello, I'm Tiffany Roche Williams.
with us.
Yes.
And our very special guest, he's not just an actor, he is an entrepreneur, a podcast host, inspirational speaker. Can I add that to it?
Autism advocate is for sure.
Autism advocate. We have the incomparable Kia Shine with us
Thank
today.
you so much for having me, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for inviting me. I'm telling you right now, when I came from outside, the house was smiling. The chi in his is really good.
That
you know what I mean?
he said the house is
You know what I
smiling.
mean? And it's important. My wife put me on that. Like when we bought our house, she was like, "This house is it's smiling."
Yes.
And so it's just a feel. It's where you putting the most your time at is your home. So your energy that's in your house, is important for it to have a certain chi, for it to have a certain vibe to it, and it feels good. It feels good.
I am so intentional about that.
You need
and
to
it's
be.
and it's my prayer, and it's I want everybody who comes to this house,
Yeah.
one, to have the right energy and intentions themselves,
Yes.
and also be able to receive it as well. So
Yeah.
I love that you said
it's the people either gonna deposit it in your life or they're gonna withdraw.
Right.
And it's good to go to a place where you get charged. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of with the world and just people people are pulling from you. So when you come home, your place of residency needs to be a place where you're getting charged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because just think about it, your phone.
Yeah.
You don't charge that phone, it's gonna go dead and then you off the grid, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? You need to have something that's charging you and your house and a clean house. You know what I mean? And just all of that works with your whole psyche. You know what I'm saying? So
I love it.
It's important. It
I
really
love
is,
it.
man.
Well, thank you. That's such a beautiful
Indeed, man.
compliment.
It's good.
So
It's
thank
good.
you.
No, really good. I like it. Vintage too.
Nah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about the actor part of you, even though I know that's just one part of you.
Man, it's the part that honestly, it's the part that I am most happy about because if you're not growing, you're dying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I always say that because you could be great at one thing and then you could be comfortable in that thing. You stay right there. Okay, cool. I'm a musician. Okay, that's that label. And okay, I'm doing that. Okay, I'm a songwriter or artist or whatever and staying there. But I just staying in those same boxes or whatever, I just never dug that. You know what I mean? So this is the acting thing is something that I'm learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm blessed to be able to be earning while I'm learning. But at the end of the day, it's I started this okay, let me just start. I went to Terry Vaughn. She used to have an acting school right next to the barbershop I had over there, 24-hour barbershop.
Yep,
right?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I just happened to go over there one day. Let me just, my mom had passed away, and my mom was like, you really, should go into film and television. I had an opportunity to host Rap City back in the day, way back in 2006.
Yeah.
And my I was on a record deal so bad. I was like, I gotta give me a record deal. So I'm working my ass off to give me a record deal, right? And then this is what God do. He give me the record deal, but then he said, then my friend of mine said, yo, they looking for a new host of Rap City. You should just send a tape in. So I sent a tape in, just tell them, really the tape was just telling them about what I feel like they showed you to change. It's just kind of at that time. They called me for a meeting, and then when he called me up there, I said, I'm gonna fly myself. And I said, I'll just meet y'all up there. I'll be up there next week. So I came and they talked to me or whatever, and they never giving me the job. You know what I mean? Stephen Hill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, giving me, let me let you host for a month, then they're gonna see how I go. Okay, so when I go to my first meeting with Sylvia Rowan, who I just signed my deal with, I go to Sylvia and I'm like, hey, first meeting after me just getting signed, I just chose them after going through a bidding war with labels, and it's like I first sit down and I'm thinking I'm finna come in there with some great news, like, yo, I am gonna host Rap City.
Yeah.
And they were like, wait, what? Their faces weren't looking the way I thought they should be looking. They were like, nah, we don't want you to be known as a host. We need you to be known as an artist. Because this is before, you had Facebook and MySpace going, MySpace, Facebook, but social media wasn't as the social media we are today.
Yeah.
So you really wasn't able to really control your narrative as much as you are now. So Sylvia was like, nah, you don't need to take that situation. When I went to go do Rap City, I was like, we filmed a month worth of episodes in about 3 days.
Wow.
And it was like, I caught the bug right then. I'm like, wait a minute. So I did all my work and I'm done. And now they got to go ahead and put it out and do the rest of it.
Right, exactly.
I was like, man, this is beautiful. You know what I mean? And I had the wardrobe, and it was just great. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. And so it was like God was like, be careful of what you ask for, because when you ask for the deal, I brought you the deal. Okay, cool. Yeah. And you get to the deal, and I'm gonna get back to this television and film thing. I'm gonna get back to this because I just like that setup. When you're an artist, I mean, whatever, you got to work all the time, no matter what you do. You know what I mean? You can't take a day off if you want the payoff. You know what I mean? Especially when they're having layoffs. But I feel like, but as an artist, when you're a rap artist or a musician, you have to always be working and making fans and doing your thing. You don't stop. To be able to, we're blessed as an actor to be able to do a role, do it, give you all into that moment, and then like surrender it. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, now the production company and in the studio, they're gonna put it out and they do their thing, and and then you sit back and you like let that thing happen. And that's so different from music to me, because music is like, I produce music, I write music, I can rap, I can sing and do all that. So it's like you're so control of your narrative when you're doing the music, and then you can get it, I'm gonna give it to you, I'm gonna give it to you, I'm gonna give it to you, I'm gonna give it to you. But then you do a movie, and it's like, okay, the Red One movie I just shot, that we just came out, excuse me. Yeah. We shot that back in 22. Right. Going into 23, like, you know what I mean? And this just now was out at the end of last year. Yeah. So it's like that time of just having to surrender things, be patient, you know what I mean, and just go through it. It teaches me so much, because when you rapping or producing, you could be the artist, I could make the beat, you could be the engineer. Okay, we recorded, we done wrote it, the song is done, I done produced it. Us three is all it takes to be able to make that song. Yes. And now we can go ahead and start putting that song out and give it to people, right? The thing about it with that film and television, no matter how talented you are, it's going to take a whole team of individuals to be able to do it. And I love that. I love that. You got collaboration. You forced to collaborate. I was collaborating anyway with music. I like to do that. But it's like in this field, you have to collaborate. Yeah. No matter how great you are, that script, you may have not have written that script. Yeah. So it's like, Denzel is fire, but he didn't write the words. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just love that about acting, and just these different nuances with it that just make it so, it's so dope to me. You know what I mean? And then I'm like but then it's still challenging too, because when you are a independent, guy like myself, and just I'm so used to working my own way. I'm so used to working my own thing. And it's just like, okay, well, you got to hurry up and wait. Yeah. You know what I mean? That could be like, just that patience, and really, really exercising that patience, and really knowing that there are variables that you can't control.
Now, the amazing thing, you talk about exercising patience and all that, it's like you've done something that very few actors have done with me. Yeah. Where I met you, I had my event.
Love your event. Loved it.
Thank you. Rap Prince.
That was so dope.
Presents. We got a chance to meet. We had a role. We met. Had a role that you'd be right for. Yep. And you immediately booked.
That's a blessing. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a huge blessing.
So my question for you is like, how'd you do that? And I say that because the truth is that there are actors that we audition for years, 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah. And they're like, I finally booked after 6, 7 years. Yeah. And you book
immediately. November.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. First of all, and if you know me, God get all praise and glory. He the one write my story. Absolutely. You know what I mean? He keeps writing my story, even when certain people in certain lanes may have wrote me off. He continues to write. Here's the thing. It's like, we all have to go through it to get to it. Ain't nobody excluded from it. It's like, I remember the first booking I got, right? And I'm gonna get back to but the first booking I got, right? When I got an agent, a friend of mine, his name's Zeke. Zeke plays in FBI. He's a lead guy on FBI on CBS, and me and him we was just cooling, and he was like, bro, you should really go back into the film stuff. And I'm like, all right. So he gives me this agent, and she sees my whole thing. I had like from Terry Vaughn, I had a sizzle reel from my pilot. And I
love her.
She's great. Yeah. So she had a pilot that she helped me get in, and I was able to take this pilot that I did with Roger Bob.
Oh, nice.
And some of the names of the actors that are really dope. I'm like have to learn them. My wife know all the names of all the people, but it was like this it was called Gals. And it was there's a actress, she plays at Abbott Elementary.
Quinta? Not Quinta.
She's brown skin, but she
Oh,
acting
she's the
forever.
principal. Oh, Cheryl
Yeah.
Lee Ralph.
Yes.
Okay,
Cheryl
yeah.
Lee, that's her name, Cheryl. Lord forgive me for giving her name, but
Love
Cheryl was in
Gals.
the Gals with me, right?
it. Yeah.
And I mean, we did some funny scenes together, man, and all of them were just like confirmation. It was like, you need to keep going with this. Like, you need to keep doing it. I'm like, all right, cool. So from that, I get it. A couple of years later, I get an agent. My dad passes away. Mom passes away. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I get serious about it. Now, when I'm doing this agent, I'm getting these auditions, and I'm getting them, and I'm like, really, I'm giving it. I'm like, I'm knowing I'm giving it, and it's like, I'm not getting the role. Like, you know what I mean? And it was like, I would get frustrated. I would get like, okay, why? And I would go pay for, like, I would go to the Catapult. And I go to Catapult, and I'd be like, yo, and Eric, it was a fan of my music already. I'm like, look, I'm just finna pay for the year. I'm finna just like, I'm finna go in here, and anytime I have an audition, take all the classes, and just like, so I can make my auditions look the best and all that. So I'm like, I would go, drive to the city, do my thing, keep doing it. And I must have got turned down probably 100 times. You know what I mean? Like, I realistically, like, I would have callbacks, go meet with people, do all that or whatever, and wouldn't get it. And man, so this is where the story changes. My little brother, Brandon, graduates from college. He goes to Denver, and he has his own business with taxes, right? And he goes, meets with a client, and they go out. The client's driving, brother's in the passenger side, and the client was a friend of his too. Fell asleep at the wheel. His friend.
Wow.
Fall asleep at the wheel. Brother dies on impact. Okay.
Wow.
Brother dies on impact. Before he died though, he was like, I see what you're doing with this acting stuff, bro. You gotta keep going with this. You gotta keep doing this. And he's like, he's my little brother. And he's telling me like he's giving me the big brother talk. Like, bro, I'm telling you, keep doing this. Do all of it, bro. You have to keep doing it. And you gotta do something for Jameson with autism too. Like, he was just like, just telling me these things, you know what I mean? And I'm like, just one of them conversations with me and little bro having before he passes away. So he passes away. When he passes away, the mother of his friend and his client that he was in the car with calls me. And she's, she's out of control, crying, just like her son is in jail.
Yeah.
And her son just killed, vehicular homicide, and just killed his friend.
Wow.
So as a parent, I had to put myself out of what I was feeling for losing my little brother. And I was like, yo, I forgive you. My family, we forgive you. It's just one of them things that took place. She's crying, tough phone call, I hang up. My wife was like, well, I'm crying too. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, man, I was on phone. That was the mother of the son. We crying. My agent called. I'm like, hey, she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't even want to go into it. She's like, well, I got good news. You just booked Atlanta with Donald Glover.
Wow.
Okay. That was the first time I got a yes. But you go through 100 no's or 99 no's to get the one yes. No means next one. No means next opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's something meant to teach you for your skill set. Like with the acting, you can't necessarily all the time get a chance to, like, you can go to acting classes and do that thing. But like, when you get audition, there's another chance for you to be able to work out. Yeah. So I just look at auditions as opportunities to work out. You know what I mean? Just work it out.
That's so interesting. So how much of your success, or how much of this journey, because you're still on the journey,
for sure.
But how much do you weigh intention and effort and skill and work in, like, the class part of it, and with the divine timing and the patience and it sounds like when you forgave someone, then you let go and then something came in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So how do you weigh these things? Which is more important, if one is more important than the other?
I think it's, first of all, more important for you to be able to get in touch with your inner self, to be able to seek God, seek your inner self, seek, like, what is he saying? What is she saying to you? Yeah. You know what I mean? For me, it's like I had to go through those things, those no's, to be able to get to the yeses, because it's like I couldn't cheat the grind. You know what I mean? I can't skip the line. no matter being successful on one side of the business doesn't matter. You're gonna come in and be successful as an actor or
That's
producer
true.
or a writer in this side of things.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. I just take it. I'm gonna take my medicine. I'm gonna take it. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna just take it. But then, then when I got frustrated, it's good to have somebody to be able to talk to. Even if I speak within, I look within a lot, but it's like to have a helpmate to be able to say, nah, you got it. You just got to keep going. But I think like for me, I really weigh it with just my intention and what I speak. I believe you speak it, believe it, you work it, you receive it.
Yeah.
Okay. So speak it, believe it, work it, receive it. And if you think it, you got to ink it. Okay.
You gotta write it down.
You got to write it down. So I write these things down that I want for myself.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And I write and I write it and I recite it. I go to the mirror and I wake up in the morning and I put my meditation music on and I just get to going within. And there's so many scriptures that you could be able to tap into where it says, you know, whatever you ask God, he'll give to you. You know what I mean? But you can tell a mountain to be moved from here to yonder place, and it will move, but nothing will be impossible to you. But this type of faith come not except but by prayer and by fasting. So when you talk about your intentions, sometimes you have to sacrifice. You have to give up certain things to be able to give things.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So for me, it's a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
I've sacrificed. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Used to love ribs and barbecue and stuff like that. But I gave up meat. I gave no chicken in my kitchen, no pork in my fork, no beef between my teeth, no fish on my dish. I gave these things up to be able to like, okay, get something else. Because I know I live in a faith-based business, whether it was music, whether it's film and television, this is all faith-based. So what is it that I can be doing myself to put myself in position, to be in the position to be blessed? Now, everybody's journey, as you were saying, is different. Some individuals' journeys are going to be, what you call those things when you go to college, you get in the summertime, you get a internships and doing those things and being able to get mentors and that kind of thing. That's a great way to go about doing it, because God will put certain people in your life that's your armor bearers is meant for you to do that. Then there's certain times where it's like, okay, when you're in a faith-based scenario, for me, I've been doing this faith-based thing for so long that I think I'm like, okay, well, for me, it was like, okay, you gotta sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice. Okay, what else can you sacrifice? Okay, I used to like to drink. I used to love. I'm gonna have a marijuana persona, but I had to give up the drinking and the smoking. You know what I mean? Because even when I started booking stuff, I'm like, all right, what else can I give up? You know what I mean? And then what else can I give? Like, what can I be doing to give? So in those in between times, in the meantime, it's like, all right, you know, doing my autism advocate work, doing things that I can be able to give to somebody else, because I just can't keep coming to my God and be like, man, I won't.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So I'd be like, you know, it's like that. I'd be like, man, before I ask God for anything, I thank God for everything, and then I go do and give. And if you give, you're gonna receive.
You know you're preaching, right?
I was like, you heard me say, I needed to hear
In
that.
church.
Like,
But you know what's so interesting? I love what you said. And you said this is all faith-based. And it's true, because it's like,
so true.
like, you know, we'll cast like faith-based movies, and it's like, oh, okay, this is the genre, but it's really like the industry. Like, for you to say, I am going to be in the music industry, or I'm going to be an actor, artist, or even behind the camera in the film industry, and literally every single gig that you get is just like a matter of, thank you, God. You know, like every single gig, it's all faith-based. It really is.
Because your job is to make your job appear. I was just sitting here thinking, like, when we work on 9 to 5s, our desk is already there. The door is there. The building is there. The job is there. But your job as an actor, as an artist, or a creator, is to create the job.
You're
So that's all
constantly
faith.
in the unknown.
Yes.
Like, you are constantly literally just staying in the unknown of like, I don't know what project's gonna look like come March, but here I am. Like, let me keep on walking. So that I love that you said that.
Man,
love that you said that.
God is in the unknown.
Yeah.
That's where he is. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
It's okay. You don't require faith to me. I'm in this room. I'm in this room with everybody. I already know that. It don't require faith.
Yeah.
It's also in the scripture that says faith is the only way to please God. Without faith, is it impossible to please God? That's the scripture. So it's like, okay, so if I can tap into those principles, when we talk about preaching, or you talk about the word, or talk about being religious or spiritual. I'm
Mm.
spiritual. I find these I guess these what's the principles
Mm.
that God speaks on. And I'm the individual, like, I'm gonna prove you by your word.
Mm.
So if your words say this, if you tell me this about, okay, we doing this show today, then I'm gonna prove you by your word. I'm gonna be where I'm supposed to be at because this is what you said.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So I go by what God be saying.
Mhm.
These words that he's saying here that speak to me, I use them. So it's like, okay, so now I'm over here and I'm like, if I kind of, it's impossible to please you without faith. So I got to have some faith.
Mhm.
Okay. But I got to have faith. If I want to move a mountain, all that, it says I gotta have faith, but it's impossible to have this kind of faith without having prayer and by fasting. So okay, so I gotta be praying, I gotta be fasting, I gotta be exercising my faith, stretching my faith. Well, how do you stretch your faith? When you don't see, when things you don't see, the unknown.
Yeah.
When it's like, okay, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm gonna trust you with the how and the when.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Some days it's gonna be giant leaps. Some days it's gonna be baby steps.
Yeah.
But forward is forward, no matter how fast or slow you go. It's still forward. So it's like you gotta keep that right here. Them days when it's going great and you get them bookings, like the first book, okay, got the booking, okay, cool. I take that, deposit it in my tablet of my heart. But as soon as I get to setting, as soon as I pull up the Tyler Perry spot, first time I'm on set, I'm looking at this spot and I'm like, okay, all right. And then God makes my faith get bigger. It's like, all right, that's cool. I did this. I feel like I'm main character energy.
Yeah.
So I feel like, okay, so I'm like, I haven't made it. I'm like, okay, this is okay. I see it. You putting it right in front of me, God. You showing me this. You showing it to me, and I'm like, and I get filled up with it. So in those days when I'm taking those baby steps, or it ain't moving as fast as I wanted to go, then I just look backwards. You know what I'm saying? And say, okay, we already did this, so all right, I just got to keep moving forward. And that to me is the intention. It's the intention. Now, if you feel like your skill set needs to go to, like, acting classes, or you need to go get around some people, because sometimes you do, like, if it's too long between your last booking and you getting in front of that camera working, then you need to go get in front of somebody's camera. I don't care if it's just you going to read with somebody who got an audition. You need to go sharpen them skills up and stay. If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. Like, you know what I mean? And just keep reading of it. It just sometimes, some days it might be just reading about the craft and how can you be able to approach a scene. Like when I got those auditions, I'm like, okay, this dude is probably like this to me. And so much of it is about what you think, like what your first thing is. Now, from being an artist and somebody who writes music, like when I hear a beat, it's like the first thing is like, it's like it's saying to me, what is it saying? What is this beat saying? What is it? So I can start to pen it.
Yeah.
It's the same way with a script. I just think it's even easier now because somebody has already written a script. So they're kind of telling me like, okay, so I can just read this and just feel like, all right, I can do this, but this one feels like with the one I got booked for, when me and my brother was doing the read, it was like, all right, this one feels right, because it's like the way he says the thing at the end. This last line he said was like something I would really say.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I really can connect with that one, but I'm gonna do all of them, but I'm gonna really connect with this one. And I just think it's just the intention. After that, it's like I'm speaking it, believing it, receiving it, and then if I don't, for whatever reason, get the thing that I want, then I just have to trust God. I have to trust Him with my career.
There's something better.
It's
Absolutely.
something better. I gotta just trust. He know more than me. He see
Yes.
next week. He see next year. He see next month. When I booked the Red One movie, I got a booking it with Keisha Cole to play her brother in the movie she had, right? And I was like so bummed out that I couldn't schedule it to be able to do it. I had never said no to something before. Oh my God. It's just I was almost in tears about it, man. I was like, I want to work. And I couldn't be able to do it. And George Pierre was the person that had brought it, and he was like, bro. He hit me. He was like, bro, sometimes you gotta say no, bro. But me wanting to work in that moment, but then when I got through doing that rock thing, and we worked from November to May, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, I'm talking about, man, and that budget was $250 million budget.
Wow.
So I got a chance to be on a $250 million budget set and to see the experience, how it go, to see his process, to see J.K. Simmons process, Chris Evans process,
Yeah.
Lucy Liu, and then just the way the producers were and the directors were on both of those teams and how it worked. I was able to learn what I was earning, and it was like the payday was like gravy. So it was like,
Yeah.
but at the time I didn't know it was gonna be all that. I was like, man, I want to go work with a piece of clothing up here. The hood, the streets gonna see this. I need to go do this. You know what I'm saying? But it's like God, like, man, look, just cool out, man. You got something else coming.
Yeah.
And that's just a part of it, like the caking them no's. Can I tell you about a no I got?
Yes.
All right, so I got this no because everybody talk about the yeses.
Let's talk about the no.
So
yes.
let's talk about the no's. So I did the Red One movie when I got super cool with the producers. They were fans of the music, my music part. That would be the cool thing too. If I get on set, then people be like, "Bro, you," and it'd be that whole thing. So they was like, "Yo, the assistant." Barry's assistant who produced that movie. They also did Black Panther. They also did Bad Boys, the new Bad Boys. So they was like, yo, we're going to give you an opportunity to get your audition for Bad Boys. So I'm like, okay, perfect. So I told my agent, I'm like, yo, last day on set, he said they're gonna give me an audition for Bad Boys. So she was like, he said, call this lady or whatever. So she does the whole thing. Bam. I get the audition. Okay. When I get the audition, my agent, she tells me, she was like, she said the lady who was casting was like, she didn't really see you for these parts, but she gonna just do it. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of a little bit kind of like, I was like, what she mean she don't see me for this part? I didn't understand that because I'm like, these are the executive producers and they're telling you that I should get this particular thing, but I'm still learning.
Yeah.
So I have to understand that, okay, they really are entrusting this casting director to be able to really do this thing. So it's not like a situation where you can just get put into the throw. You got to really still go through the thing.
The process.
So, and I was like, okay, so learn that part. All right. So when I go through it, I nail these auditions. I'm talking about, I really kill it to me. All right. So it comes in and then Barry's assistant called me and I'm waiting. She was like, yeah, if they went another direction.
Yeah.
Listen, man, when they told me they went another direction, I was on my porch. Man, I sat down on that porch. And I ain't gonna lie, you know how that song on Say It All, day after day.
Threw myself against the wind, yes.
Man, a tear came down my eye, man. I was like, and look, because the scene was a scene with Martin and Will. It was a scene with them both in there. And when I seen the script, I was like, oh God, yes. I was so ready for it, man. And so I did not get it. And I was like, I mean, it's just like, ooh, it stung. Like, it stung. I see the premiere of the joint. They had the trailer come out. Why is the trailer of this joint the actual scene that I did?
Yeah.
I was like, God, why are you tormenting me like this? Why are you putting this in my face like this?
Yeah.
But it was like, okay. But guess what? So right after that, my homeboy called me. He's a director at They Clone Tyrone. He said, "Hey man,"
nice.
and so I did They Clone Tyrone. In between that time, he was like, "Hey man, I want to let you know something." I was like, "What up?" He said, "Yeah man, we gonna start the movie off with you, your whole scene or whatever." I was like, "For real, bro?" He said, "Yeah, the whole scene. We gonna start it out right with you, the first thing." And it was, but right after the L, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I just be saying like those L's, when you get them L's. When something very negative happens in your life, just know there's something very positive that's coming right behind it.
Yes.
And it's like a faith account.
Yes.
Just to keep that faith thread going in this conversation. It's like a faith account that when you get them L's, it's like that faith account just, okay, it may be L in the natural, but that faith account going like this.
Absolutely.
And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you took the L and you kept on going. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden that transfer, it's just like, it's kind of like I do trading Bitcoin and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's like when Bitcoin is like, that stuff is like numbers and transactions.
Yeah.
And but you can transfer it when you make enough money over here to transfer it to your real account where you can touch it.
Yeah.
Well, the same way your faith account is building up.
Yeah.
And when you build up enough, man, he's gonna lose that blessing and he's gonna transfer to you really be able to touch it.
Yeah.
So so even like right now, like when the start of the year with these fires is going on and wildfires and stuff like that, or the stuff that's place in New Orleans and just the negative things. I don't think that's by coincidence. See, first of the year, everybody's refreshed. They're like, it's gonna be my year. It's gonna be my year. And then soon as you do that, even like when you leave church and you get a good message, soon as you leave church, he goes something that's finna be able to throw you off your square. Yeah. But you got to set your temperature on positive and keep it like right there.
Yeah.
Because when these things happen, these negative things happen, man, it's gonna be a huge positive thing to come right back afterwards. You know what I mean? So it's just about this, the scales and the balance. It's like a car battery. You need a negative and a positive to keep to start it up. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is.
That's so interesting. I have a very random question for
What's
you.
up?
What do you eat in a day?
All
And the
right.
reason why I ask this, the reason why is because, well, one, I know that you're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
And two, I know that a lot of it is not just, I just chose not to eat meat. There's a spiritual
Yes.
message behind. And three, a lot of people who I know who are vegetarians, and I've tried it before.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it. Is the idea of like eating more living foods has been a part of that drive to be a vegetarian.
Yeah.
So, and for a lot of people who are maybe interested and want to, like, just get stuck and don't know what to eat.
Yeah.
So, like, what is it that you, like, your average day of eating, what does it involve? And has it helped you, even in your artistry?
All right. All right. Two things. We know about the itis. You eat certain things, the itis comes, you get sleepy, it's over.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I don't have the itis.
Yeah.
Like that's not a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I eat for what it do for me, not necessarily for the taste.
Okay.
And that part of it can be difficult at times because you be like, you really want to eat something that's good, but then it's like, man, I look at the stuff that's in it, and America, we not straight when it comes to the FDA and the Food and Drug Administration.
No.
We ain't. It's not cool. They just now starting to ban those dyes and stuff like that. But it's like it ain't straight. So it's like really the Food and Drug Administration. That's a contradiction. It shouldn't even be in the same thing. But for a daytime, I'm starting off with fruit. I think fruit is my go-to.
Okay.
Fruit is my go-to. I eat so many of pistachios, like the wonderful pistachios.
Yeah.
Man, I'm on pistachios like 40 going north. I'm talking about all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm on pistachios. Lots of vegetables. I used to be on a lot of rice, like quinoa and stuff like that. But then my doctor was telling me, he was like, man, you can't do too much of the noodles and the rices and stuff like that or whatever. So I had to switch off that a little bit. It's like, I'm already sacrificing though, bro. Like, let me eat something I want. But it's a lot of fruit, vegetables. I do sometimes give myself, I consider it a cheat to be able to do the impossible like burger. I'll do an impossible burger, but it's still that stuff is, you know what I mean? I don't
still process.
So it's like but there are some good places that you can go that has a really good a burger, but I try to do myself at the house or whatever, and it's like, so it's like a lot of that, a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables, and a lot of water. You know what I mean? I do the I got the water thing to tell you what time you're supposed to drink it or whatever.
Oh, okay,
so I do
good,
the 2 gallons a day, a lot of water, and that'd be pretty much now the sweets, I have a sweet tooth, but I can't, you know what I mean? So I had to eat things like pineapples that are naturally super like sweet, but you can't do too much of them because it's acidic, you know what I mean? But it's like, I be on that. I be on a lot of the.
You feel like it helps you on set?
Yeah, he's been on set with me like when we've been like 14, 15 hours or whatever and stuff, and like, and it's just like I can just.
You have the energy.
Yeah, I can just go. Yeah, I could just go. Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it don't. Way more energetic. I think that that's a huge advantage of it, of being energetic.
Yeah.
At nighttime though, I might have to get like some potatoes and stuff like that. Yeah. Just something that's gonna be like filling, that's gonna like, all right, let me go on.
To take you down.
Take it down.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't know, man. I have super energetic, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I have a lot of energy, man. So, but that's the day of salads too. I go salads crazy.
I'm always curious because I feel like people are like, what do I eat?
Yeah.
And like when I did it, it was like, okay, let me get a piece of bread, or a bag of potato chips. Yeah. And I'm like, now I'm just eating things
it's empty. Those are empty carbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I've been doing this, and I'm, aging myself, and I don't mind. It's like I've been doing this 23 years.
Wow.
So, and before, when I first
started. So this
is
before it was popular.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There was no beyond. Impossible. It wasn't any of that going on. It was like, man, you go to Taco Bell. Let me go to Taco Bell. Give me a bean burrito. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. Like, then I just to the point where I stopped. I don't even eat out. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it'd be hard to go certain places that's gonna fix the stuff the way you wanted to
I
do it.
got
So
you.
a lot of times I'm either unpacking stuff or I'm stealing stuff from when I go on set. I come home with everything from
Are you one of
craft
those
service. Oh yeah,
that brings the
Yeah,
bag with
okay.
it to craft services?
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely that's a part of it. You've seen it, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna bring the craft service because I got kids, and my kids when I come home, they be like, "Daddy home? Okay, well, yeah, the baddie, they coming right to get everything they like." You know
That
what I'm
is
saying? So it's just that's
Speaking of this isn't inappropriate. I was about to say, speaking of daddy's home.
yeah.
But you've mentioned your wife quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then I heard you say the word help me or
Help
Yeah, my
me.
health mate.
Yeah.
So how has having a partner, because I don't know, I think people take for granted in our industry having a stable
Yes.
partner. Dating in our industry is interesting.
I'm sure that would be very hard to do.
And
yes.
so many people don't have partners.
No, it's a lot of
because it's
single
hard
people.
to be with an
Yeah.
artist.
Yes,
You know? Yeah.
yes. Whereas like you go to a school or whatever, everyone's married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how has having a stable partner affected your career?
It is everything.
Mhm.
Like she's like she know more things about television than me.
Yeah.
She know all the actors and actors. She know all the directors. She know the
Yeah.
people. She like these movies that I don't know about. She like, you need to watch this. You need to watch this. Or like, so she put me on it. You know what I mean? And that was one of the things when I first got with her. I met her in New York. I was on the way to do I had Gotti was my artist at one point in time in my life. And I was going to sign a deal with TVT Records in New York. And I was on the way there, and my friend hit me on my side. He was like, "Bro," and I'm had a two-way, and I'm like, "Bro, I'm doing my notes for the meeting."
Not a
He hit me
two-way.
again. I'm like, "Bro," he like, "Look, bro, look." I see her walking down the street in Manhattan, and we was in my homeboy's Escalade on 23s at the time, and it was like that was the hottest car, and I rolled the window down. I was like, "Hey!" Like, I hopped out and ran up to her. And I had these glasses on, and she was like, "You could be ugly on those glasses." I took my glasses off. Sun hit my eyes right place. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "Yeah," you know what I mean. And so she had this fashion show that night, and she told me she was going, but she was there. She was modeling or whatever stuff too. So when I called, I came to the fashion show. I'm thinking she gonna be there, but she wasn't there. So I'm calling her. I'm like, "Hey, where you at?" Like, you know what I mean? And she like this dude in the background, and I heard a lady and this dude in the background. He was like, "She with me, homie. She with me, homie." I'm like, man, bruh, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm upset, but it was ended up being it was Tyson Beckford and his mom. And she was modeling with his mom coming or whatever. And so he was just playing it. But she called me the next day. She was like, "Where you at?" I was like, "I'm at Universal Records, 1755 Broadway." She came when she pulled right up there on me. You know what I mean? And just to call the cab came right to me, and we was been together ever since.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Like that
That's
day,
beautiful.
you know what I'm saying? And I was going to LA the next week, and she happened to live in LA. She was up there in New York working, so we was out there recording your guy and them and stuff in LA that next week, and everybody went back to Memphis except me. I stayed in LA till I ain't out there and had ran out of money. Like, I'm in there just like with her, you know what I'm saying? And then she ended up moving to Memphis about 6 months after that. And then we've been together. But let me tell you, man, it that was how it started. But let me tell you, man, like when she asked me, she said, I said, man, if I had, because I was doing good for myself when I met my wife. I had like tour buses and stuff like that. Like I was closing record deals and all that. I was on my P. Diddy from Memphis vibe. Like, you know, excuse me. Wait.
But no Diddy.
Yeah, I was, damn, that's crazy though. You can't say that these days.
No.
But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I was doing well, and she said, "You know, I'll be with you if you ain't had nothing, right?" And do you know that right after she said that she moved to Memphis, let me tell you,
Words
the
are
bottom
powerful.
fell out.
Oh,
The bottom fell out.
Words
Let's
are
talk about it right
powerful.
now. So this what happened. So basically, I had two partners, and they were, we were kind of, street, rap, you know what I mean, doing the whole thing. And basically we had spent a lot of money to get just to get our buzz out there, whatever. And one of my partners at the time, he was like, "Man, we just did a straight distribution deal with TVT, so we didn't get an advance. So it was like, we're gonna just go take the Master P deal and just bet on ourselves." So he decided to take some money out the account and go make a move in the street while I was in the studio one night. Ended up getting jammed up, lost everything we had. Talking about like just like that, like, okay, bam, everything I had in that account. I was just thanking God for being able to have money in the account my business and then personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like everything was gone.
Wow.
Okay, man. So he gets jammed up or whatever, right? Money gone, all right. So then it's like all the artists that I had like started breaking bad. You know what I'm saying? And then TVT, the label I was signed, they had Lil Jon and Yin Yang Twin during that time, and they were distributing those guys too. And it's like they was like riding, and they ended up signing Gotti directly, and I ended up I'm talking about like I lost my car, I lost my house, I had everything invested into these albums. You know what I'm saying? And then he didn't even pay for us for the money. He didn't even pay for the records that I put out with Yo Gotti during that time. And it's like, man, he owed me like $500 million. But when he found out that our company had you know, the laws and all that, he didn't pay. He just stole the artist. That whole thing took place. Man, I was down to my socks. I didn't have nothing. You know what I mean? I had to go get my wife's car from LA. We had to take a Greyhound to get to LA.
Oh my gosh,
you know
from Memphis?
Listen, it took 5 years. Oh my God. Let me tell you, I got pictures I can show you. It's an incredible story.
Yeah.
So when I'm on the way out here and I'm just like, this is like 03, and I'm like, yo, man, like I just couldn't believe that this is just nothing from something to nothing. It was nothing to something and something to nothing, just like that. And my wife was right there with me the whole time. Boom. So we on the way out there, and God told me something. It was like, you know, when I got out there and I got her car, and it was like, you know, I would always help other artists and be on their music, but it was like, you gotta do your own thing. You gotta really just focus on you. And when he told me that on the beach one time, he was like, me and my wife, and it was like all these ladybugs around us when we was praying together, and it was just like all the ladybugs came around us, like, and it was like he said, man, he was just telling me like, you gotta do your own thing. We driving back, right, in her car, in a Honda Civic at the time. So I done went from an Escalade to a Civic. Okay, so driving back in a Civic, and I had my wallet on me. Mind you, I probably had $1,300 to my name. While I'm driving back, I stopped, and when I get out the car to use the restroom, you know, I'm roughneck, so I just go inside use the restroom on the side of the road. Okay, get back in the car, I'm tired, so let's just sleep for about 10 minutes. So wake up, I'm like, man, we've been sleeping about an hour on the side of the road. Check it out. Start driving, get to the little gas station, right? Get to this gas station, I go in to get my wallet out my back pocket to put gas in the car. Yo, the wallet gone.
Oh my
The wallet is missing. Okay. All the money I have is in that wallet.
Oh my God.
And I'm talking about, and it had been such a hard time.
Yeah.
And everything, and other like everything to this point. So when I'm sitting out there, this is 03. So there is no PayPal, no Cash App, ain't none of that. You know what I mean? Like you hear it. I'm at one of them gas stations that you can see the tumbleweed type. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear it. So I'm sitting out here. This Migo come to me and say, "Hey man, do you want to sell something?" I couldn't even speak. I'm talking about like I couldn't even speak. My wife went to use a payphone to call her mama.
Wow.
Okay, but what her mama can do because we in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
This family that was out there, this dude and his wife was moving from LA to Cincinnati. All I heard, I could still hear his voice. He said, "Young blood, what you do with the wallet?" He said, "Man, look, come here. The man give me $100. Give me $100. I don't know him, but give me $100, right?" I go tell my wife, I'm like, "Yo, this dude gave me $100. And she was like, she was like, "What you do?" Because you think I went and stole the money. Because I was like, that was kind of, it was like, you know, time to go to Memphis. You know what I mean? Like, so I got $100, right? So I showed her $100. I'm telling her about, I said, "No, this dude, his family gave me the money." While I'm telling her about it, the dude bring a thermos. He said, "Yo, here's food. Y'all eat this so that you ain't got to take no money from the $100 to be able to go and get the gas. You know what I mean? Because you need to make it home." Okay. While he talking to him and his wife, right, I'm getting his information. So I'm going to pay you back his money, bro. And then his wife said, "Y'all should just go home. Don't go back and look for that wallet." He told his wife, he said, you can't tell them what they can't go do." And I said to myself, I was like, "Joe can't, because get what? We finna go back and find his wallet." So we took the money and we decided to go backwards on the expressway to go find the wallet, to go back where we stopped at. I mean, I couldn't just leave and go to Memphis without doing it. And my wife was like the same way. She was like, "Nah, we need to go find it." So mind you, saying this, if you get a vision of this, of a desert, and when you drive in the desert, everything looks the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just praying, asking God to give me direction for what his wallet is at. When I went back too far, we felt like, okay, now it's time to turn back around and start going, you know what I mean? Like cross back over. So we did that. We drive and we look, and a couple of false alarms. You know, it's funny how busted tires could look like a wallet.
Yeah.
So we driving, look, stop. It could be. We drive. I see it. I get out the car. Now this time I had afro, huge afro.
Yeah.
So I hop out because I couldn't afford to get my braids done and all that during the time. So I'm just I hop out the car. I am celebrating that I found this wallet. While I'm jumping up and down, this sheriff pulls behind. He's got one of them hats on. He's like, "Yo, what are y'all doing out here?" I said, "Man, I found my wallet." He looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, what do you mean you found your wallet? While he's talking, I'm trying to explain this to him. My wife said, "There's just $300 in here." I said, "Hold on, there's money out here. Do you know we picked up 10 $100 bills because I had $1,300 to my name. We picked up $1,000 from the desert because I guess from the cars blowing.
Wow.
They blew the money to.
You get it all back.
So I picked it all back up.
Wow.
The cop got my name. He said, bro, this is weird. I said, yeah, I know. But it was God telling me that everything I lost, I was gonna get back
restore it
if I just kept my faith.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, and definitely when I got back home and you know, it was tough. I mean, we had some tough nights. You know, some sleeping in car nights and that whole thing. We went through all that together. So to answer your question about having a helpmate, you know what I mean? Like, it's no way. You know what I mean? And then, you know, it's just like, even now, like when you know, when I'm telling you about my little brother passing and doing the acting thing, and that's 2016, 17, it's like, I've been doing music the whole time. You know what I mean? In some form, way, form, or fashion, music, producing, writing beats, whatever. And then I'm like, yo, but I just feel like God's saying act, you know what I'm saying? And like, and for her to be able to say, all right, well, like, that's what we doing. You gotta have somebody that's like that. You gotta have somebody that's with you, you know what I mean? Somebody, even if it ain't your helpmate as a wife, there needs to be, God got somebody that's for you, that's like meant to connect with you, to help you when you going through certain things. That person is around. But you got to do the thing, do them solid and make sure you take care of who take care of you. You got to do that, because if you don't, it's like it's all for nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I talk about it so much, because it's like these things she done went through it with me. She saw it with me. You know what I mean?
What a life, sir. I mean, my goodness, what a life.
It's been fun.
We're going to do some rapid fire questions. Now, this is what I asked all the guests. Tiffany and I, we've answered these questions, and I want to ask you.
Okay, go.
So, first question. What has been your favorite age and why?
I think my favorite age, it would be now.
So many people have said that.
I think it'd be now, because I think my best days are in front of me, not behind me.
Oh, come on.
You know
I love that.
I think that's it. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. So if you weren't an actor / artist / everything that you do, what would you be doing?
You know, I've thought about it, but the business of church just throws me a little bit from it. But I would love to just preach.
I can see
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Yes.
I would love to do that. The part of, you know, taking money and that thing, and, you know, I don't know if I understand enough about the business of church to be able to.
You would be such a great
preacher. You know what I mean? But I do like to inspire. I do like to use the light to be able to, you know what I mean, to be the light. Somebody else can see the light, and then they can be able to do it too. And then it's like, you know what I mean, we all could be on the same accord about, you know, what's going on out here, because it needs to be some good people out here. It needs to be more good people out here. So I think that would be it. But I think in the ministry is like, anytime I'm able to speak, you know what I mean, like I can that's the ministry, you know what I mean, and be able to get and this could be my pulpit, and we can be able to speak it. So I think using my talents for him is everything. But I think, like, at some point,
I love
hope,
that.
You know what I mean?
I think we need preachers.
Yeah.
And
good ones, like,
right. And that's why I'm like, I would love to see
like
you
good
preaching.
ones, man. Like really good ones. Like somebody that can really like not be with the, you know, with the
I love it.
Playing with God like that. Because I see people that do that, I'd be scared. I'd be like, well, how could y'all play with God like that? I'd be scared.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on. All right. Now, this may be a little different because I know you don't drink. Yeah. But do you prefer brunch or happy hour?
I'm gonna say that now. One thing about me, like people could smoke around me, drink around me, and I'm cool with it, because I always have my thing that I like to drink, or like
which is this? What do you?
Sour sop. You know what I mean? I love sour sop, but like I like brunch though.
Because
I like brunch because I love eggs.
You know
what I'm saying?
It's breakfast.
It's breakfast. I can eat breakfast at any time of the day. You know what I'm saying?
How do you not like
man.
breakfast
I love
food?
breakfast, man.
No, I love breakfast food.
I love breakfast, man. Brunch is it for me, man.
I feel you.
I'm definitely brunch. I'm a bruncher.
That's
good.
I'm
a bruncher.
So
I'm
what
a
do you
brunch-
love about being an actor, artist in this Southeast and Atlanta area?
I think it is amazing because I chose to move to Atlanta from
Yeah.
Memphis because I seen the wave coming. I was like, man, this Atlanta is like it's you can afford to live in Atlanta. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? LA is very expensive.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And New York is very expensive. Atlanta gives you the ability to be able to see us doing us. And you know, like I said, when I drove up in Tyler Perry's studio, I was like, yep. This is what's going on from underneath the expressway to a billion right here in Atlanta to a B. Yep, this is where I need to be at. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just you see the inspiration. It's inspirational right here, man. This is fertile ground.
And I love what you said about being there and it expanding your faith.
Yeah,
and that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It feels like, oh wait,
yeah.
I'm thinking small.
I'm thinking
yeah,
small.
yeah.
I went to. I saw where I parked that he had all these old schools. I said, man,
Yeah.
man, got a
Oh,
whole
you parked
car,
at a girl.
yeah,
Yeah.
whole car show, right?
Like a whole
Yeah.
lines of them. Yeah.
I mean, he has lines of cars that are like from every decade.
Yes.
And I'm in the car, so I'm like, man, that man got every
Yeah.
from 60s to 50s to
Yeah.
70s to, man, he got all of them. You know what I mean? Like, I just was like, wow, like, yeah, I definitely like it expanded my faith for certain, man. Like,
Oh, I
seriously.
love that.
I mean, just wow.
I love that.
Incredible.
I love
Atlanta's everything though, man. Atlanta's. It is. And people be saying Black Hollywood. No, it's just Hollywood.
Come on.
No, it's just Hollywood. It ain't Black Hollywood. It's
Absolutely.
everything. Everything shot right here.
I love
you know what
it.
I mean? Like when that red one John that I was telling you about, I'm like, man, they shot right here.
They shot that in Georgia. I was gonna ask you where they
right
shot
in Georgia.
that. Really?
Right in Georgia, man. I'm like, wow, like this is everything going down right here.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. I love it.
That's good. So what's the most challenging thing that you've done lately? It doesn't have to be, it could be emotionally, physically. Most challenging thing.
The most challenging thing is it's the best thing and hardest thing at the same time is having a child with autism. That's like it is.
And I was gonna ask you, like, because you know,
Speak about your
organization. So you're an activist. So what's the name of your
Autism Advocates?
Okay.
AutismAdvocates.org. We different, not less. We blessed by the best. We speak for inclusion, awareness, and acceptance. You know what I mean? Because it is the spectrum is so wide for autism, and you may see somebody who has autism and they can speak and they be just like, dude, like he got autism, but it's no. If you met one person with autism, you met one person with autism. It's that person. It's different. All of them are different. So my son is nonverbal.
Gotcha.
So for me to speak and be able to speak and be blessed to be able to be anointed to speak, and then not to be able to put myself in his position and say, man, he's what he want to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like when he's frustrated, I had to put myself in his shoes. Like, you know, it just, man, it's a tough thing. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, but he's such a great child though. Like he's such a light. And but his sleeping don't be the same all the time. He may go to sleep tonight at 9:00. He may be up at 3.
Wow.
Hey, Dad, he might get up. He got his speaking device that he uses right to speak. Well, he might be in there. Drink. I'm asleep. Drink. Hey, drink. I'm waking up like, bro. All right. And then, you know, I get him situated. And then, you know, it's just like, but some, you know, it's just, it's a nonstop thing. And then you people in the world, you got to be, I want to give my son the world and protect him from it at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I mean? And it's like people out here, son that can't say nothing, the wrong person, you know what I mean? That could be a, you know what I mean, a situation. So I had to be like, my guards be up. I'm very careful of who he's around, who he be, who have him, and any of that. So it's never the same. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you may get to a cool, we got a vibe going for this month. Next month, he may be different. Just like any other child when they're going through, he's 14 now, so it might be going through the puberty and different things he's going through. So it's like I have to, like, you know, just it's never the same. Like, you know what I mean? So
what words of encouragement would you have for other parents of
I think community is key. Community is key. See, that's why we on our side we push awareness, inclusion, and community and safety.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like the number one cause of death with kids with autism is drowning.
Wow.
So I didn't know that until I got into it. I'm like, all right, I don't want to just be this nonprofit. I want to be a nonprofit. And my wife, she runs it. I work for her. Let me just make sure she's the director. But like, I'm like, all right. So what can we really be hone in on that's gonna really like work? So we found out that it was like, man, the cause of death for autism kids is drowning. Then we need to like make sure these kids get water safety.
Yeah,
So
for
let's
sure.
pay for these adults to take their kids, these parents to take their kids to get to learn how to swim and be able to live it with the water. So that's what we did with our son. Like he get in the water, man. He loves the water.
Yeah.
He can be in the pool, like he swim. You know, we taught him how to do that. You know what I mean? So it's like, so he could be safe in the water. So we're like, okay, so now we doing that. We have this thing called aquatism that we're rolling out. We're doing it in Seattle right now. My wife from Seattle originally.
Okay.
So we got it going in Seattle. We started it off there. Memphis definitely got my back with autism. I got the key to the city for Memphis for my work with autism. So they gave me a grant. So I do a lot of things in Memphis. I have an autism mascot, Ace the Advocate. We go to all the autism classrooms. I give stipends to the parents who have kids with autism because the kids with autism eat differently. Like my son, let me tell you something. My son made like apples this month.
Yeah.
That's all he want to eat is apples. You see what I'm saying? Like, but you
Yeah.
finna go through. If I bring apples home, a bag of apples home, hey, if them apples sitting right there, all of them gone that day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they finna be all gone. So it's like, you know, you got to keep buying some of the same things over and over again. So we do this give to receive program where we give to the parents and give to the students so they can be able to have a stipend and food cards. We give sensory items to the classrooms. We always in the classrooms. Autism Awareness Month is April, so we always go crazy for autism awareness. We go speak, we go give, we go, you know, in this April we breaking out the aquatism, you know what I mean, to be able to help with the swim water safety. We starting in Seattle, then we're gonna bring it to Memphis, and we doing that thing. So that's like, it's like just there's a passion work, but then at the same time it's like, you know, but I go to sleep and wake up with autism. So it's like, you know, it's like some days are great, some days it's like, you know, he people think nonverbal, like he don't just say nothing. No. It's not it. Like he's done. He may not speak you into words,
Right.
but sometimes he may say dad sometimes. But like the man gonna say, like he gonna make these sounds when he wants certain things, and if his speaking device is not there, these sounds are like, man, like a chalkboard when you scratch with fingers. That man to make a sound, I'd be like, bro, okay, you know what I mean? So it's that kind of stuff, man. And you just it teaches you a lot of patience, you know what I mean?
Of course.
It teaches you a lot about yourself, you know what I mean? And it just make me be like, all right, you know, I'm gonna use my voice, man. I got to, you know what I mean? So that's like to answer your question. It's a long-winded question, but yeah, that's like the hardest and most challenging thing that I have to do, you know what I mean? And then I want to help all the parents that be reaching out to us, and it's like, man, I'm gonna have so much that I have,
Right. Yeah.
but it's like, but it'd be like that be giving me also like more motivation that like, you know, the bigger God give me to be, I could be able to do more. I could have more relationships with people, but I could be like, hey, you know, hey Tyler, man, you need to, you know, this is what's going on. Maybe you can, because like it's things that's not out right now for kids with autism. Like what I mean by inclusion and awareness and acceptance, like, okay, there's not places where my son can just go and just like it's feel like a jump place or something like that.
Yeah.
Where he can just go. He loves to jump around and do that thing. But it's like it may be different to the other kids, you know what I mean? So there are no places that are just for like autism kids, and sometimes autism kids lope, so they may run. So if you go to certain parks, man, you gotta be on your P's and Q's, making sure you see what's going on. It's just certain things that need to be done that is autism safe, that is autism ready. So it's like things I want to do. There's no hotline. We're working on this right now for a hotline for like 1-800 autism, because you know, like there was a killing that happened with the police when the boy had autism. They don't know how he reacting and all that. So it's like, and they end up shooting the dude, the little kid, and they're not knowing what's going on. So it's like it's still so new that it's like I want to do so much and I only have so much. So it's like I'm just, you know, working my way the way I can. So but that's also too why I be so motivated to do all them slashes and do everything, because I'm like, he might not be, you know, he may not be on his own one day. He may have to stay with us forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I gotta pay for it. You know, everything to make sure. So it just make your perspective on things different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, could I go get this Bentley today? I probably could. But guess what? What about 20 years from now? You know what I mean? When I got to make sure, or if I leave, or I'm check out early or something, and I got to make sure somebody is watching him, and he got to have full-time care. You know, it's just different. My perspective on things is just different. It just changes you differently. You know what I mean?
I love how you are using your voice
Mhm.
Got to.
and using your platform.
Mhm.
You know, it is.
Absolutely. I thank y'all for letting me talk
tremendous.
about that on here.
Of course, of
Absolutely.
course, of course.
That's
Absolutely.
community though. If you going through
Yes.
something and you got a child with autism, talk to other autism parents.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
Because it's things you probably doing with your child that can help me and I can
Yeah.
help you. So it be that you feel like you on your island sometime when you have a child with autism, but man, and don't be scared to take your child out the house and go do certain stuff because
Yeah.
people at the grocery store and all they need to see. No, this is what stimming is. What he's doing is stimming. This is
Yeah.
that. So I'm gonna educate you today. So
Wow.
I go do that. I take my son out with me, man. I be like, all right, this is what's going on. So if somebody has something to say or whatever, this is gonna be a good day for me to teach you about autism. You know what I'm saying? So
That's incredible.
for sure, man.
So what makes you feel alive?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Well, the fun I get is being able to do with the things I love to do, like just the actual feeling of that. Like, okay, I remember when GloRilla was popping off with her song F and F.
Yeah.
And she from Fraser. She from where I'm from, exactly the neighborhood. So it's like, I got a chance to produce a song for her. And it was like, it's on her album, her first EP, Anyway Life's Great, a song called Get That Money. And it was like, it just one go too. And it's like seeing what she is, and but then get in the moment to be able to vibe with her. And I'm like, man, like, it's like all the stuff I learned, I could like, oh, look, I could give you all this game in one conversation, in one session.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like see somebody like blow and go. The moments I be feeling alive. I be feeling alive when I'm on set. Like when you get ready to do a role, a scene.
Yeah.
Man, that was a scene in P Valley, right? In the new P Valley that's coming out in season 3. I play Xavier in it.
Okay, nice.
All right. So this show I get a chance to do. I did 8 songs on the music side, and then I got a chance to also be a recurring actor, role in it too. Man, I cannot wait for this to come out. So there's a part, right? And he was here for this. Like it was a part that I wrote this song for this particular character who's going to be going against murder.
Okay.
So when I wrote this song, right, mind you, they gave me the script of what I'm going to be doing that day, and I didn't read the earlier part. You got to read everything. Read everything.
Yes.
Read everything. So I just read my lines. I'm going to make sure I'm on my business. I'm on it. So when I get out here, the artist, his name is Nick. He's an actor. And he goes and he's rapping this song. And I'm like, yo, why do I know these words? And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, but I'm in character. I'm on Murder's side. I'm on me and Murder on the same squad. So it's like this dude is going against Murder. You was there. So I'm like, I'm in character. And then it's like this dude rapping this song. And it's like, these are my words. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, and I'm trying to stay in character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I'm like,
I'm like, oh man. So like, it be the moments like that be like, I ain't gonna lie, that new P Valley.
Feel like you're on top of the world.
Listen, I felt like I could fly home that night.
Yeah, like you hearing your song, you on set.
I'm on set, I'm acting, and they're rapping the words of my song, and it kept going on throughout the season. Just seeing that come together and doing that, man.
It feels like there's a family over there. Like whenever I hear people talk about working particularly on that show, it just feels like a family. Like people love working there over there.
Man, Couture, and then Couture's from Memphis too.
Yeah.
So it was a home. That's another thing, patience. Man, I've been DM Couture. I was like, man, look, hey, I'm doing this. Hey, I'm doing this. Can you just like, you know what I mean? And finally, I did a writing camp for it, and then it was like and they gave me opportunity to audition, and I got the job, and then I went in, and it was just like this season though, this season is fire, bro. I'm talking about I can't wait for it to drop. But like I've been on a highlight. I just been on a high like that, and then I got the thing with you guys with Tyler Perry. That was like, all right, let me end my year like that, and it's just been like it's just been good. Then the Red One come out, and then it went like number 1.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that I went to the movie theater. I went to 40X.
Okay.
I went in Atlanta. It has 40X. Memphis don't have that. If you haven't watched the movie in 4DX, let me tell y'all, it was my first time doing it.
I've never done it.
Oh, let me tell y'all. Okay, you need to watch your favorite movie when it come out. The first week it drop, go to the theaters and watch it in 4DX.
4DX. Okay.
Man,
that's when the seats move and
yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Oh my God.
And like if
Oh, I didn't
I've
know
seen
that.
it where they spray water.
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Well,
Yeah,
if it's
Atlanta
fire
does
on the
have
screen,
it.
is it's fire? If it's fire on the screen, it's gonna
Mhm.
be fire in the theater. If they're
Mhm.
shooting, it's like the speakers. It's like
It's over
the
your
wind.
shoulder.
It's
I
like,
didn't even know that this existed.
I
They
didn't
did
know it
Oppenheimer
Oh,
in
existed.
he's
there.
serious.
I didn't know it existed, and I felt like
Mhm.
when I went with my wife because I was doing P Valley and I couldn't go to the premiere, so they gave me the pass. It was like they got an early showing at the Atlanta station.
Mhm.
Okay.
Man, look,
The seats like move like a roller coaster.
I took my son
Really?
to see what was that just came out? What's the Son of Hedgehog?
Oh, okay. The
Oh,
sign.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
listen, they
I
man,
bet he
they
loved it.
loved it. Like I'm telling you, in any movie, kids movie, action movie, man,
Yeah.
go see it in 4DX. That is the experience. Me and my wife
So
enjoyed it.
interesting.
I'm talking. I'm in that movie. I'm moving around. I'm
Mhm.
seeing my part. You know what I'm saying? I'm crying, but I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And then like this, when it was over with, this dude came up to me. He was like, "What's up, bro? Can I get your autograph?" Man, I'm sitting there in tears, like, you know what I'm saying, watching this thing. I'm like, man, it was crazy. And then have my kids go watch it. You know what I
Oh.
mean? Like, it's a Christmas movie, so it's like
Yeah.
it was different, man. I cried a lot, man.
That's
I
a
cried
good
a lot,
thing.
man.
To
That's a good
release.
I had to
That's
thing.
why
release
you so
the thing, man. But like, now when you ask the
vibrant.
question, those things make me feel
I got you.
alive. Like, I'd be like,
Mhm.
man, okay, yeah. Like, and I'm talking about when, you know, yeah, just super. I used to just, like in the moments when I get like that, then I used to like me just smoke and just like chill.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like without doing that and just like embracing all of the feelings,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's been like, man, like that's another thing too. Cause like smoking is cool, but like when you it does numb some of your feelings
Oh yes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like, or, you know, and it's like to be able to feel everything
Mm.
all the time. It's like, oh
Mhm.
my God, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it works for acting. Cause it like if it's something that where you need to cry or
Mhm.
something like that, then you can
Yeah.
be able to do it a
Yeah.
little more easier. But yeah, like I just been like feeling the vibes and like, you know what I
Wow.
mean? And then also working out though. Like I think nothing
Okay.
looks as good as healthy feels. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
Like
true.
we gotta like you only get one of these. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So just
Yeah.
and it ain't you ain't gotta be the most buff or the most slim or anything about
Yeah.
it. It's just what make you feel like
Oh,
when you
absolutely.
through. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
so I think like them moments or whatever, like you know,
Yeah.
that be it though. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I'm pretty simple. For a person who do a lot, I feel like I'm just very, very simple. Like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I don't pretty much I don't go out
Yeah.
because I used to going out used to be like work from rapping and stuff
Yeah,
and
of
doing all
course,
that.
in the music
So it's
industry.
like I don't pretty much go out nowhere or whatever. It just be home, regiment, studio, like going
Mhm.
to if I go produce something for somebody, I'll do that. But like or just going to a set, like
Wow.
that'd be my life or just my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be yeah, I'm intentional. I think I'm still on that same quarantine rules. When I used to like when it was quarantine, I
Mhm.
Yeah.
only went somewhere when it was like, all right, it's only on business, or only on, and I've been on that same
Yeah.
thing. But that's the sacrifice though, like, cause it's easy to get off. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Mhm.
Seriously,
Mhm.
Wow. What a
Wow.
life.
man.
Such an
Listen,
Yes.
man. Nah, thank you
inspiration.
so much, man.
Thank
y'all
you
for
so
having me.
much for being here, for being vulnerable, for sharing your story, your
Mhm.
activism, your
Thank
artistry.
you, thank you, man.
And I love what you said about community. So
Yeah.
how can people reach out to you? Because we're just interested in you, but
Mhm.
also, those who are looking for that community,
Yeah.
especially as it, regards to autism.
Autismadvocates.org.
Mhm.
Autismadvocates.org. Advocates with an S, plural. Autismadvocates.org.
Mhm.
So like definitely please hit that up. And like we got a lot of things, information on our site, and just keep up with us because we always doing something in the autism community. So
Mhm.
that and as far as on me or whatever, man, coffeewithkinfolk.com.
Mhm.
Coffeewithkinfolk.com. And that's pretty much it, man.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite coffee?
I like right now, I'm on espresso roast.
Oh.
Espresso roast is oh my god, and I like the Keurigs.
Mhm.
If you
Ooh.
get you an espresso roast Keurig, that's
Okay.
stuff from Starbucks.
Mhm.
Oh man, let me tell you, they got power.
Mhm.
Listen, I
They
started.
got power.
It's that power now. Now that's that
I love
caffeine for your
coffee.
dream. Now you know what I mean. You gotta have the caffeine, man. Seriously, I'm on the coffee. My wife was from Seattle, so it's like
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So,
the
yeah.
coffee is a part.
Y'all
of
take it very
I
serious.
was thinking, man,
Yes.
listen, I have to have
Yeah.
coffee. Okay, my day coffee is this, my night coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Up until like about 5, because see, like, when you're a parent, you got them stages, especially if I'm at home. Okay, kids getting out of school, going to
Yeah.
school. Okay, cool, they gone. And then kids coming back home.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then by the time they come home, okay, you get, you've been got tired and like let me get amped up for them again. Because I want to give my kids the energy. I give them the energy though, because I got a baby girl. She's 6. Golden Coleman. I gotta show y'all. I gotta show y'all my babies. I gotta show y'all my babies.
Her name is Golden.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's Golden Coleman right there.
Oh my gosh,
That's
she's
my wife,
so
that's
cute.
Golden.
Oh my
You know what I'm
gosh.
This is my little girl. This is my baby girl right there.
Oh my goodness.
Golden Coleman.
Wow.
So
Her
cute.
birthday October 18th. My birthday October 17th.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
she
cool.
my, you know what I mean? That's my birthday present.
Yes.
Now, my birthday don't count in my house. It's just like, okay, just a planning day for her day. You know what I'm saying? Like, but,
planning day for her.
yeah, so I got just Joy. Let me show you my rest of my gang, man. But
How many children do you have?
I have a total of 6. I have
Okay.
2 kids before my wife. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And so it's Kennedy and Nicholas. They both graduated Memphis, and they came here, so
Okay,
they
cool.
in the city.
Oh,
You know what
wow.
I mean? And then and my son Nick went to SCAD.
Mhm.
And then
Oh, wow.
I have Jackson, who's 16. He's getting ready to. I'm trying to get him to go to Morehouse. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
nice,
He's going
yeah.
to visit Morehouse Saturday.
Nice.
But he's 16. I got Jameson, who's 14. It's my autism baby.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then Jordan he's a, oh my God, I don't know what he's gonna be. He's gonna be special though. But
Okay.
he's 10, and then Gotti is 6.
Oh.
So it's 4 of them,
Goldie
still
is so cute.
still in the house. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And it's never a dull moment. You know what I mean? But the thing about it, they little autism advocates too.
Mhm.
So they're better children for, you know what I mean? For
Yeah.
they better kids for it, man. They
Mhm.
are. Man, they're some special kids, man.
I
gotta
know
say.
you pour so much into them.
Nah,
Yeah.
I do,
Yeah.
man. Because like, like, and then I'm from Memphis, but they like from in Atlanta. They all was born here. They
Yeah.
got a lot of opportunity
Yeah.
that I did not have, like being from Memphis. So it's like, man, look, they go. Let me show you my gang. Let me show. That
Oh
goes.
my goodness.
That's
Oh,
Jackson.
look at them.
Jackson. My
Oh.
wife, Miss Jordy and Goldie right there. Let me show you my
Oh.
other gang. Hold on.
Look, we have to, when we do this, we'll
Yeah.
have to put a
I'm gonna
picture
show
of
y'all the
this
pictures of
on
my
so y'all
kids,
can
man.
see this.
That's real. I know I'm real dad vibe.
Aw.
Whatever, man.
I love it. That's
But
good.
they man, I'm gonna show you Jameson too. Here we go. See, look. Now you can see Jameson. He the one. Look at him.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's Jameson right there. So that's the house right there. You know what I'm
Look
saying?
at a beautiful family you
There they
have.
go. There they go right there.
Oh,
man.
in your PJs.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
for sure,
goodness.
for sure, man.
And that's your
Aw.
autism baby?
There you go right there.
Aw.
Yeah. He's funny on pictures, man. Like he is funny on pictures, but he will take your phone in a second. You put your phone down, he thinks it's so funny to just steal from your phone.
Right.
That's what he loves to do. He'll sit there and wait. And he steals. He loves it. This is what he
Wow.
likes to do. If I put
It's a
my
big
phone down,
personality.
he gonna come grab my phone. I mean, we could be talking. I mean, he quick too.
Yeah.
He can grab my phone and be out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he knows how to work anybody's phone.
Mm.
I've never
believe
taught
it.
him how to any stuff, TV,
I believe it.
computer, anything that regards to. It's like he can get your phone and go find his stuff in
And
your
it-
phone.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
But
Wow.
I've never taught him how to do any of that stuff. Like he's incredible, man. Like I call him little Bumblebee. You know what I'm saying?
Aw.
You know, on Autobots. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
The
that's so cute.
Transformers.
Yeah.
So that's how he be like,
Yeah.
because he'll play.
He'll find
he-
a song
yeah,
that says
he,
what
but
he
he does that though. He'll
That's
find
really
it'll
cute.
be
Wow.
stuff like my son Jackson going to college in a year, right? So
Yeah.
he's 11th grade. So it's just part on Toy Story, and my wife she having a hard time dealing with the fact that he finna get ready to go to college.
Yeah.
So it's like, so he'll play this part on Toy Story, and he's going to college. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
my
Like, and she'll be playing it, and he'll laugh at them at his mom because she know, you know what I
He
mean?
knows it that way.
It's stuff
That's
like
how
that,
he
man.
communicates. Yeah.
Wow.
It is, man. Like I
Wow.
used to think he didn't know what was going on.
Mhm.
Me and my wife got into a tip when he was like 3 years old. We got to argument, and did he know this man grabbed her face and grabbed my face and did this right here?
Wow.
Man, listen, me and her both was like balling. Like,
Wow.
okay, he gets it. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's the moments like that, man. But I talk
Wow.
about them all day, y'all. We're gonna like,
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing so much. You have an
Thank y'all so much.
incredible
Thank y'all.
life.
Thank
Thank
y'all
you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank y'all so
Please
much,
make
man.
sure that y'all follow Kia.
Indeed.
Make sure that you check out Autism
Yeah,
Advocates.
AutismAdvocates.org.
Mhm.
Incredible. Thank you so much
Thank
for
y'all
being
so much
with
for
us. I
having me, man.
appreciate
Indeed, man.
it.
Act up, act up, act up.
Yeah.
Act up, act up.